My name is Samantha Blythe. My disability is a rare genetic syndrome that causes a lot of birth defects when the baby's born. Most of my childhood was spent in the hospital because I had to have a lot of surgeries. I've had 49 surgeries, and actually it'll be 50 coming up really soon.
She's really brave about surgeries. It was interesting because a lot of them were in the really young years of her life. She had 6 craniectomies within her first year of life, and then the first probably 4 or 5 years of life we were making fingers because she was born with all of her fingers fused together.
When I was a child, I was so self-conscious about myself because of the way my hands are.
When she got into middle school and high school, she didn't. She wanted to be with the normal kids, and they were kind to her, but they didn't include her.
And camp changed that for me. For me, camp helps me with my self-esteem. It's different because I don't get stared at like I do here most of the time. And it helps me build up my character so that I'm a better person more and more each year. That 2001 was also the year I first met Dan, that year that I went to camp.
My counselor noticed I kept looking at her as I was going by, and she was kind of like, okay, what's going on? And finally she went and said, all right, you're coming with me. And I was like, okay. And she took me over and introduced me to Sam.
I remember getting my first look at him and thinking, oh my gosh, because he was my dream guy. That night at the dance, we danced with each other the whole night, not letting go of each other.
You're in my love, you're in my blood. You can be anything that you want.
On the last day of camp, Dan was crying.
On Friday I had to say goodbye a few times and go back to Redmond.
It was hard. From 2001 to 2004, the only time we were able to see each other was at camp.
I asked her mom if I can ask her to marry me, and I had to get her dad and godfather's permission. And in front of everybody, I had to get on one knee and ask her, and I was scared to death.
I remember as soon as he got down on his knees, I immediately said yes, 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 because I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. For me, camp helps me in a lot of ways. If I hadn't met Dan, I would probably still be living with my mom. She'd be worried about me all the time, and camp has a sense of making me feel like I belong there and I'm accepted.
No, I won't.